So, first thing we identified at address, we said the ball position a bit too far back, a bit towards the middle, and for me I like to measure ball position really from where your sternum is. That's where the club's going to bottom out. So if the ball is back of that, sort of nearer to the right side, as that club's going to be coming down, it's going to want to bottom out before the ball there. Okay, so you're hitting the golf ball very, very steep, and in terms of your backswing as a result, what you were getting as you went back, there was some movement now onto that left side. So at this position, hit the top of the backswing, your left shoulder there, okay, is kind of behind the golf ball. Okay, you've moved onto that left side, and now to get out your own way, you then got to come back up out of the shot, and your head now is starting to move this way to try and create a position to hit the golf ball. Whereas this one now, we can see the ball a little bit further forward, behind your sort of sternum there on your chest. Okay, and as we move to the top of the backswing now, we're going to try and stay behind the ball in the backswing. So at this position here now, okay, we're now on top of the golf ball. Okay, you could still move a smidgen further over, but to go from where you were to beyond that, for me, would be too much. Okay, because as you come back down now, the instinctive reaction is to sort of get back out of the way. So if the ball was too far further this way, or you move too far back in the backswing, you hit the ground literally there somewhere, which would be no good to anyone. So at least doing it gradually, we've still got a functional golf shot, and we can then practice it, sort of moving it around at the time to get that club. So if you come back to golf ball now, we can get the club to bottom out of the ball, and we want to rotate through. Now you'll still find there's a little bit of hanging back. If we look at your sort of right foot, hasn't really taken much of the pressure off those toes. If we'd move further to the left, that right foot would be sort of up on its toe. And you can often look at people's golf shoes, how their creases are a lot more in sometimes one right shoe, because when they finish the golf swing, they're finishing like this, as opposed to that. Now to get to there, you'd have to move your body that way. If you're doing this movement and moving onto your right side, your toes take all the pressure. Okay, because if you're trying on your toes this way, you just fall back on the floor. And again, as human beings, we're kind of self-preserving. We want to stay upright, we want to fall over. So if we're sort of leaning backwards, or going side to side with the body, to stay upright, body parts are going to sort of substitute and go, okay, right, I'll do whatever I can and support that weight. But if we can get that backswing now, so the top of the back we're looking for is getting your shoulder and your sternum behind the golf ball. If we can do that, we can then move left. Like I said, the drill to practice would be to set up normally, okay, and put the golf ball somewhere there. Because what will happen is once your backswing is better and you're behind the golf ball, if you stay there, you think, okay, right, I need to get the golf ball over here, I've got to move to target. If I don't, I'm going to miss the golf ball. As I said, make sure we do this practice drill after you become really comfortable with that backswing moving behind the ball, because my only fear would be you'd move that way in the backswing.
So my head would have to stay as if the golf ball's in front of me.
Yeah, exactly. So from this position here now, so you sort of set up as normal there. But what we do, if I put a little yellow circle, the golf ball would be there. Okay, so the club would be where the ball would want to be. However, the golf ball's a long way forward. And what this encourages you, so when you swing back now, as long as you stay behind the golf ball where it would normally be, you then move left as you come back down. The only fear of me doing this too early with you, if you sort of had the ball there on the setup and you're moving, you might go, oh, hang on, I'll move left in the backswing to try and get to the golf ball. And then, of course, then you're encouraging the fault we're trying to get away from. So it's about, really, for me, I suppose the two words I would think of is once you set up a little bit further forward with the ball, is centred in the backswing. So we're trying to stay centred, and then left in the downswing. That's kind of thing. The movements really are over the ball in the backswing, this way in the downswing. What you had was body going that way in the backswing and then this way in the downswing. So you're moving to the target and then back up and away as you came back down. What I'm going to try and do is stay there in the backswing and then move that way in the downswing. Okay, exactly. So everything's staying a bit more central as we go back. We're coiling up better. We can come at that goal. But that was the reason why you were getting some of those mishits, shall we say. You had your topping, some shanking, some hitting the ground behind the ball. You were moving left and the room just wasn't there. So after enough shots in a row, you've got a good strike, but we haven't had that luxury of 6-7 shots in a row, as you said.
Which is a shame, really.
Exactly, If golf was like 10 to the second serve, it'd be great, wouldn't it? We'll all be on tour, wouldn't it? So, does that make sense, Stevie?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, have a couple more then, mate, and then we'll finish off.